What chores to do on your woodlot in early winter?
Hi, my name's Melina and welcome to my channel, Homesteading Farm Life. Our videos are all about homesteading, our 40-acre farm, and our animals. Follow our journey and learn how to homestead on your farm or in your backyard. Be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link below.
We just finished with the hustle and the bustle of spring and fall. And with early winter finally upon us, it is nice to have a little bit of a break from all of those seemingly endless chores of canning and preserving and fermenting and gardening and maintaining all of these things that are growing on our homesteads. I really welcome early winter whenever it comes. As much as I love spring and summer and growing, I'm definitely ready for a break by now. Today, I want to share with you my tips and tricks for early winter in our woodlot. And I say early winter because we can get very easily overwhelmed with everything that needs to be done on a homestead. While we do have 4 seasons, I typically break them up into 3 sections. You have the early, the middle, and the late part to every season. Doing this allows me to break my chores down in a more organized manner so that way I feel like I can get everything done in the homestead that I need to do throughout the year. If I don't break things down like this, I very easily get overwhelmed. That is something that I would love to avoid for you. So let me share with you all of my tips and tricks for the things that I do in early winter. So please stay tuned for this week and next for daily videos of things to do on your homestead in early winter. If you're like us and you live in kind of a frozen, dry climate, then your homestead is pretty much on autopilot right now. It's a great reprieve from all of the busyness that spring and fall brought to us. This gives us a perfect opportunity to focus on different things of our homestead that basically go neglected throughout the other months. And one of the main things that my homestead does right now is focus on our woodlot. The time is now to thin, prune, burn debris, cut down trees, harvest timber, and create some firewood and kindling to use in our stoves and fireplaces. My family and I, we like to cut down trees right around now and then let them sit until next year. So the trees that we are harvesting on our woodlot this fall and early winter are trees that we have previously cut down and have been drying, laying out in the summer and the spring months. It's very easy for us to cut them up and harvest timber and have firewood for our stove and our fireplace. And at the same time, we're cutting other trees down and stacking them and bringing them to a place where they can dry throughout the next year to be ready to be used for the following winter. I also pick up bark and branches, anything that's falling off of the trunks of the trees as we're cutting it, and I put them in this big box next to our wood pile. And when the box gets full, I kind of fold it up and go put it in an area in the barn, and then I just keep making all of these boxes or buckets or whatever container I have handy full of all of these pieces of kindling. My husband, who'll go out with an axe, wants a piece of wood and he will chop it and make kindling. I am really not that handy. I cannot control an axe like he can, and I am too afraid I'm going to chop off my finger. So what I do is as we are cutting up these trees out in our woodlot and making these burn piles and these brush piles, I am pulling out choice pieces of kindling for me to start fires with. You would be surprised how much kindling that I actually can get from just foraging around on the woodlot. This saves my husband from having to chop wood when it's freezing cold outside. This saves my fingers from being afraid that I'm going to chop them off. And I have boxes and boxes and boxes of kindling just ready to be used at a moment's notice. Now, pretty much that's all you're doing on the woodlot. And even though it sounds really like not a bunch of stuff, pretty small, minuscule, you're just kind of gathering firewood and kindling and cutting down some trees. But at the beginning of this video, you heard me say that your woodlot is one of your biggest focuses throughout this time of the year. Those things that we were talking about might sound little, but after you go out there and you start cutting down trees and you start picking up kindling and you start axing you some firewood, it is a big, time-consuming job. So use this time of the year whenever all of the green is dead, clear some underbrush, do some burn piles. Yes, you can still burn things at this time of year, just be super careful. And get more firewood ready for your fireplace. Be sure to stay tuned for the rest of this week and next week for daily early winter tip videos. I hope these help you to create your own schedule for your homestead. Do not get overwhelmed with all these things that we have to do every day. Do not feel like there's endless amounts of tasks, because there is. Instead, take a tip from me and break it up. Break your seasons up into parts, break your tasks up per part of the season, and get all the stuff done. You'll be surprised how easy it actually is. Share your thoughts with me. What are some other things that you do to your woodlot in early winter? I would love to know your rotation of cutting down trees versus whenever you chop them up for firewood. Do you have any tips for stacking your lumber? My husband and I just use 2 long trees that we cut down that are skinny on the ground, and then we just pile our lumber up in like a little triangle above it. So tell me your tips and tricks. I would love to hear all about your woodlot in early winter. Please leave your comments, your videos, and your photos down below.
Thank you for watching today's video on homesteading farm life. Please share this video with your friends and click that thumbs up button below. If you're interested in homesteading and farming, why don't you join our journey by clicking the subscribe button and then choosing the little bell icon so you never miss a video. Maybe you're interested in more than just watching homesteading videos. Maybe you want to make some homesteading friends. Why don't you join me on Facebook in my homesteading Facebook group? I will include a link to the group down in the video description.